Hello and welcome back to another video. This particular one is another bunny comic. These were I was kind of like just uh, in a groove, and I had an idea for what I wanted to do in this particular one, and it's not so ambiguous. But if you wanted to interpret it in a different way, you could. Obviously, here it's a bit hard to see, but I'll just explain the general overview of the comic and tell you how long it actually took. So the original video took about 26 minutes for me to finish it, or 27 minutes, and it was interesting. It was an interesting process. But the general overview is Bunny's going to the pond today, right? And the pond is kind of like, set up like a beach area, like the Bikini Bottom type, beach or whatever. And Bunny is two pages. So the page is like a establishing shot of the pond, and then the second panel is Bunny carrying like a beach blanket, pond blanket, whatever you want to call it. And then the other one is Bunny, approaching the actual beach or whatever. And then on the second page, you get a much more clear idea of things. Like there's a panel of people at the actual, or the animals at the actual pond, and they're on, their like devices, cell phones, tablets, etc. And Bunny is witnessing their social media stuff going on, like their likes and comments are happening in the air, and it's a little bit overwhelming for Bunny, which I felt that I did not, I guess, portray that very well. You just let me know if I did or didn't. And then Bunny goes and sits on a rock and just skips a stone in the water, and it's not really a commentary on anything, but I mean, if you interpret it that way, maybe that like people are tied into the devices, but I think that devices are good. And my argument for that is that while there is things that are taking our attention away from the things that are right in front of us, the beauty that is right in front of us, the world that is right in front of us, I don't believe that that is primarily the device's fault. I believe that there's some responsibility on the user, and people can choose to break that cycle if they desire to. But if they don't want to, then this just something that we have to work on, I guess, societally. But I did make a mistake doing this, and it was that back like wall of grass. I made a significant mistake. I drew it far too low, and it does not look the way that I wanted it to look. So I felt kind of bad about that. I felt really like, oh man, I messed it up. What am I gonna do? But I was able to, just take a deep breath and keep going. I messed up the flower as well. There were just things where like stuff didn't go as like 100% the way I wanted, but you're a human being. Not everything is going to be perfect. You're going to make little blips here and there, and that's part of the process. Like that's part of the creative process. And I wanted to say, if you guys wanted me to upload the videos at normal speed, and for like longer, because the videos would be longer, right? They'd be longer videos. I don't know about you. On YouTube, I love watching a long video. I love long videos I have on the background. I cannot attest to what topics I would be talking about outside of the shows that I'm watching, but to make the videos longer or to like upload them in their normal natural speed. You know, if that's what you wanted, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to ring that bell. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, all that stuff. When I say the ring the bell thing, though, is really like mostly just funny, because it's like when those words come out of your mouth, you just feel funny, like you feel weird, you know, like you feel like odd, and you know, this inking is starting to come along good. We use the other brush pen for this. I forget the number because it rubbed off on that one, but that one is also like starting to dry out. I have to keep like this whole process. I have to keep sticking it into the water to like, you know, bring it back to life a little bit, and then we went over it with a really good one. So we like revitalized it. And right here, you see, I'm trying to like reclaim my mistake. You see how you do that? Like there was a mistake that I made, and then I turned that mistake into actual style, right? And as a human being, you can do that. You know, as a human being, you can see a flaw or see an accident and take that accident and turn that into a strength, right? As a person, as a living, breathing, thinking intelligence, you can do that. And don't forget that. That is your strongest tool. That's your strongest asset. That makes you infinitely unreplaceable. You're irreplaceable because of that. Now, as you can see, you know, it jumped, and it's because I figured out how to pause the videos because I figured out how to pause the recording in OBS. So now I could pause it, and then when I'm ready to start again, pick it back up. But this is the panel where they're you know, sitting down on the beach, or not the beach, the pond, with their devices. And, you know, there's like a bird in the background taking selfies, silhouette, which I made a, you know, minor blunder on. There's a little frog on their like phone or tablet or device or whatever, and like a salamander or something on their phone or tablet. And I don't know if like salamanders hang out at ponds. You know, maybe I should have looked into that. Maybe I should have looked into, do axolotls like ponds? But you see here is like the social media stuff. So like there's like a thumbs up, a thumbs down, and that's just surrounding Bunny as they are walking past this, you know, minefield, if you will, of social media, of people, and they are just trying to get to a spot to sit down and chill. You know, although these things connect us, in some cases they are also, you know, isolating, and I understand that aspect of it. But I think that we can connect if we so choose to. I think a lot of times not interacting with people comes out of fear of, you don't know what they might do or what they might say. Also, for me, a lot of times not talking to people is just like, you know, I don't want to bother anybody. I don't want to bother you. You might be like out there, you might be going through something. I don't want to bother you, and I just want to, you know, mind my business and, you know, leave you alone. But as you can see, we got the stone skipping across the water. These things are here. I believe these should be up on my Blue Sky or other social media. I don't think I really have too many links to where it is, but now we're doing the borders. I really liked how some of these turned out. Even if people don't really like them or don't think that they're good or anything like that, I enjoyed these. I had fun doing them, and I am looking forward to doing more in the future. I really do think that, you know, this is something that has helped me not focus too much on what I'm doing and just try to do something instead of psyching myself out with like all the possibilities. So if you made it this far into the video, thank you, and hopefully you like, comment, and subscribe, but no pressure if you don't. Thank you, and goodbye for now.